were taken down by Onyx in the knockouts. Although they did have an impressive showing in the group stage as well. But the past is past. Let's look at the now and let's look at the rivers that are expanding. We're literally talking about the map here, folks. We're going to be on expanding rivers. So Fanny and Eve gets taken away by SRG. Respect to one shot, of course. M6 is when that popular clip of, hey, one shot, are you ready to play Fanny? Fanny, he has not practiced that in a month. Showed up with it, did really well. Eve gets taken out. Respecting Sunset Lover as being one of the best in terms of playing the Eves, the Farsas. He's a controller type mage. The experience of the veterans alongside Sao just puts them with a lot of vision as their strength. While Team Spirit, they take away the Kalea as was prioritized by SRG yesterday and the Juicin away from Stormy. I think that's a great start if you're banning a draft against SRG.
Maybe you'll just see, since the Kalea is banned out, you might even just see the Grok come through for SRG. First pick, they want to go that route. You know, still seeing exactly too what the Roamer matchup will be, but not only that, but I feel like as someone who is sort of rooting for Team Spirit here, if I put it that way, it's got to be Hiko, man. Like, Hiko's got to have some of that comfort. We saw this in the keys to victory in their matchup yesterday, where it was like, you know, you got to be able to get Hiko one of those heroes, but at the same time, kind of protect him to allow him to get online, and that is a strength, but it's also a weakness. Like, we've seen teams, and then you know SRG is going to do this with Coach Arcadia, and the game plan here is put pressure on Hiko or not even allow Hiko to scale up. We've seen games now today alone be very quick, and the gold laners, especially on traditional marksmen, don't really get to shine much, you know, if it is a 14, 15-minute game even to a sense. So that's going to be a Lancelot ban out. We'll see what SRG picks up.
You mentioned the Grok, and
the Grok,
I'm liking it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
No Eve.
No Galea.
Actually, with the Lancelot banned out,
YSS?
YSS?
yeah, I was thinking you Chova.
Question mark?
Definitely not a Cho. Okay, I get it. It was just like, yo, I saw last game. Let me fix the Malaysian Cho. Yeah, expectations.
Malaysian Cho.
Game respect game. While also a little bit of redemption as well. YSS Farsa. Hey, we talked a lot about the Roman trio for both of these two.
Yeah.
This is the priority for the entire draft. Bans and picks as well.
I think it needs to be the XP though for Team Spirit, because now they've picked up a very vulnerable lineup to a Yuzong.
Yeah.
We know Kram is a pretty strong member of SRG. You know, a lot of people look to him as the carry, especially yesterday picking up an MVP on Phobius.
Lots of recalls and stickers.
I was going to say, yesterday, I just remember Cram recalling.
Yeah,
on the
I think that's his...
He's aura farming on the Phobius.
That's his highest stat line, recalls per second.
I was going to say, he's been doing that ever since his time in the Philippines, though, too. Man.
That's
like,
true, that's true.
He is the recall guy.
Like, every combo that he has for the suggestions, like, if ever there's contents of players of like, hey, this is the best way to play this hero. You see the combo, it's like skill, recall, 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 skill.
Very high APM on that kid right there.
Whoa, they don't go for the Yuzong. Okay, they go for the Claude and Joy. Both of them have terrific entries against the YSS and Farsa. It's not the EXP, but I like it. It's sort of like the same, it is the same idea.
Now, does this mean the Phobius comes through for TS, right? Because you can ban out a lot of the counters to it. You have a very, very good angle to control neutral objectives because the Cho and the Joy will be giving you free passive stacks.
Yeah, that would be a really great pickup, but I think they just want to lock in the matchup with the Claude carry right away. And you see it getting hovered here by Team Spirit. And it would be difficult if they don't have their gold laner and you see the opposing one there.
It feels so greedy, though, to go for that, right? I think the Ruby would have been a bit better of a choice if you want to go for a gold lane now.
Yeah.
Wow. They're going to go for it.
Nigel, you think this was actually SRG's plan? They decided to pick up the Claude because they knew Team Spirit would be forced to pick up the carry?
I think not only that, but it's also just because they saw the Farsa, man. You know, like the Farsa, like we mentioned earlier, this is already a great combination to have the Joy plus the Claude there. And if the carry comes up, like if that's going to go through, which it did for Hiko, that's what we've seen from the carries. They take quite a while. I know that you could say the Claude does too, but the Claude has that ability to go ahead and double lane, farm up a little bit faster, whereas more so the carry, you will shred later on, but even so, it's like you don't really have like these tanky heroes over here from SRG that you need to shred through. But it's gonna take time for Hiko again, and that's what I was saying. This could be either that strength or that weakness for Team Spirit in this game.
I wonder if SRG is going to be taking away Bomba's picks or if he's going to ban out the Gatot and Hylos. Then, because if they go for Gatot Hylos ban here, that means all three of the signature Sao heroes will be taken out. Back in M6, it was actually TS that brought Bellric to the table with Coach Ren to face off against the Joy. But after the changes to the electrifying beats, now being able to actually get out of the CC easier, I don't think that's a choice that you would think for TS.
Yeah. As much as our legend epic rank brains are thinking, hey, I see Claude, maybe Belleric.
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga. I think it's going to be too slow. That's the problem with it.
All right.
They got to take out the Grog.
Ignored the entire first phase. We forgot about it. Okay.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be the first pick.
Yeah.
And Grog was just like, oh, I guess I'm not going to be in this one.
It could just be, you know, I don't know, like, what if there's a world where SRG flexes the Cho? I don't think they would.
To
XP?
Ooh.
Like,
Been a while, but
what else did we see too? Didn't we see a Cho gold at one point?
Yeah, but there's a Claude,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, no, there's a Claude.
My goat Eman, by the way. Shout outs to him
Yeah.
watching at home.
I don't know if they would flex it, but again, they don't have to. But the fact that the Grok was ignored and then a whole lot of these roams are still open, you go with a Cho pick who. This also could just be the case of, we'll take Cho, we can still put pressure. Like Claude and a Joy paired up with this against a Farsa is great. YSS2, and I think, again, when you think about the prolific roamers, and especially Cho roamers, I would say Yums is one of those, right? He's done it many times. These last bands, though, do they still go for... Do they narrow it down? Do they take out the Hylos, like you mentioned?
Yeah, I think
Hylos.
I would prefer the Hylos getting taken out. I think the Glorious Pathway
It's annoying.
very, very annoying. And the fact that his stun is so simple, it's just like, poke, poke, that's it.
Yeah. But with the Choe the Dragon, you would think maybe the Gatot, just to have that retaliation instantly, and then again, a Phobius and XP to deal with the Joy, so it's kind of like a complete package.
I think that's why SRG are really thinking about it. It's like, are we going to ban out one of those two? Or do we just like let it out all out there? They take away Suppress.
But the Kanja.
Yeah.
There's actually a possibility that... Okay.
Dude, this is so damaged. Like, they don't have a lot of... I mean, to be fair, Yisun Shin and Farsight do have CC.
Yeah.
But how you need a bit more. This Joy is going to run wild on that backline. That backline looks super vulnerable, dude.
Yeah, if ever that EXP laner is going to be... A Ruby in the EXP lane right now, you don't see it. Lapu Lapu's crowd control isn't the best in terms of against a very mobile lineup. Uranus for TS?
Oh, no, yeah.
Or SRG?
For SRG.
Oh.
Or are you talking about for TS?
No, we were thinking about for TS. But yeah, SRG for Uranus for SRG might be tough because, carry
Yisun Shin Farsa.
Lapu.
Oh, Lapu Solina.
Oh, that's a lot of control.
Should it not be Yuzong? It looks like it. I mean,
Yours dive looks like it does.
Wanna go Esme? I don't think you wanna go Esme. If you just wanna win out the lane against Lapu, you go Esme. But I think you need more than that. You need a little bit more CC, and I think Yuzong brings that to the table.
Petrify alone.
Yep.
Will help you out here. I don't know, the Khalid, like, at the same time, we've seen a couple different variations of Khalid. If he goes, like, if they get an early start, I think that's great for TS. You know, we were talking about how they control sometimes, like, the early game, but then they let it slip through their hands, and that also goes with the game plan of allowing... Hellkurt?
Hellkurt XP against a Lapu Lapu. At least back in the day, we did see it a couple of times because Lapu has a very weak level 1 to 3.
There's the Uranus.
It's Uranus.
It's for TS.
You were thinking Alice, yeah? Right.
Yeah, I was thinking Alice. Hellkurt. Am I underwhelmed by the Uranus pick? I'm a little bit underwhelmed.
Yeah, we were thinking about Alice, Hellkurt XP against a Lapu Lapu. So many squishy members on the other side. Turns out it's the boring Uranus.
Is he boring, though? I mean, he's pretty proactive.
He is proactive.
It's in the hands of Kid Bong.
Proactivity does not mean entertaining.
Hey, it can be entertaining to all the XP laners out there.
Uranus has never been entertaining to us.
Hey, some people like to watch paint dry.
That's true.
We can't
That's true.
count them out, okay?
Yeah, I'm not going to hate on the people who love to watch paint dry. Or I'm not even going to allude to another thing. Anyways, so Team Spirit, SRG, I'm pretty sure there's going to be fire. I'm just going to pretend I'm hyping up the crowd even though it's the Indonesian broadcast doing it. Thank you, Ranger Emas, for helping us out. Gonna be an interesting one. Fire off in the chat. Who walked away with a better draft? Team Spirit or SRG? Welcome to the one and only game between these two massive teams.
Who won the fandom, by the way? Because like it was neck and neck earlier, but then it went away. I wonder who won that fandom vote.
Hope it comes up again.
Yeah, hopefully. But looking at this once again, you know, I think the game plan for Team Spirit is exactly what they had to have happen. I know you guys, maybe not fans of the Uranus, but I think the pieces to this puzzle for defeating SRG and getting starting of that revenge is there. Stormy already burned the flicker.
Yeah. That was a very interesting choice by Stormy to walk up there, but I gotta say, who's gonna stop Skies, man?
Yep.
Like, who's gonna stop him from just walking up against that backline?
It's going to be like a very demanding game for One Shot. Hey, One Shot, make your Mountain Chakra perfect every single time.
Yeah.
Well, you could either do that or maybe we're going to see something from Sawa too. Like, we've seen some pretty crazy Raging Sandstorms, you know, but yes, trying to catch a Joy with the Raging Sandstorm is going to be very difficult. But again, if you can go ahead and get things started early on, I think this is where Team Spirit's lineup can shine, and then you kind of lean towards Hiko later on if he scales up. But I guess the biggest difficulty for them really is dealing with how fast and mobile this lineup from SRG can be when it comes to the objective takes as well. If we take a look at the emblems here, again, you know, building into this, you've got Yums, and I think you can almost count on Yums to have a easier time on his setups. Whoa,
No flicker for Stormy, and he still decides to go in. One shot, not necessarily a one shot there, but it's first blood to Team Spirit.
Stormy just a little too aggressive after not having the flicker
Back to
earlier
back.
on. I mean, like, what's...
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised he was even in that position.
Generally, you want to be a little bit more patient. Wait.
Gonna go all in a one shot. Mountain coming down, and again, no one there to stop Skies. Oh, they burst through him. I guess that's an answer. Jungle for jungle.
Yeah, who needs crowd control when you have raw damage power this early on?
Yeah, big trade there. Turtle still being up. Look at this focus up here on Cram. They're just going to set up to control the Turtle now. Yum still waiting for that level 4. But again, you got to go grab the buffs here for both junglers, and then we'll see if they meet up. This time around, though, you'll have like those level 4s available. Yum's nearly there. Instant gets his, Stormy as well. So, you know, in a way, you're just playing around the potential window of picking someone off here. This guy's jumping for Sawa.
Wait, the Go Electrify beats on him, Raging Sandstorm over on Yums. The targeting from SRG feels very off.
It really does. Very uncharacteristic. And Team Spirit, of course, expect them to make no mistakes and punish when the opposing team is making mistakes.
Again, they're gonna go on Bomba. He's able to flicker out now, but that's the stun. Stormy on the board. Mountain Shocker, good flicker out by Stormy. As Skies walks up with the spine, beats over to Sunset Lover, but he has to wait by Wings, gets caught, but it's the red tree win for one shot. Sunset Lover flickering back, and it's Yums plus Cram with a combo to get him down.
So that was a whole lot that just happened, and it seemed messy, right? But it was also just that kind of mobility and chaos that this lineup, the SRG has. A kick, though.
Great kick, and they all in on him. Sawo down.
You know, because when you're thinking about running around and trying to escape, you kind of forget, hey, man, there's going to be arrows flying, right? These abyssal arrows will be a nuisance to deal with. We take a look at the Realme 15 Pro 5G, the M7 official gaming phone.
Oh, ooh, unfortunate. I think the arrow,
The trap.
the trap specifically, was not able to land onto him. TS and SRG, I think they need to find some sort of balance at this point. There's been too much happening in the center.
They go on Yums, great Mountain Shocker into for the airstrike, and even the Raging Sandstorm, man. When they commit, they throw everything.
You got to remember, Sunset Lover, just one of the interesting things about him is he loves this Farsa. I think every single time we've seen him compete in the internationals, he's at least had an MVP performance on the Farsa. And right now, timing is showing that, taking a look at the items too here, that Genius Wand is actually built up. So maybe that's part of it, of why this burst of magic damage is happening. Sakai's has the one himself too. So again, that's going to work in relation to, you know, having Stormy. And so we'll see how this next turtle does play out.
Really good damage there. Hit Bomba, making sure to get a bit more. He go to bottom lane, goes on Innocent. That's away the dragon to lock him down, and it's Innocent who picks up the kill.
Call an ambulance, but not for me. He had help. Innocent was not alone.
Electrifying beats on one shot. He's actually quite tanky. Dashes away, Mountain Shocker, one shot. Gets the kill on Skies with the help of Sunset. Now it's Sawo jumping on to Stormy. Has to bring a Sandstorm, and it's a flicker out from Stormy.
Sunset Lover is locked in, man. Again with that right on time at stun to help one shot survive that. I know we asked the question earlier on, Mirko, who's going to stop Sakai? Well, so far, Team Spirit has at least had an answer. But how long can they maintain that? The fight for this turtle, though, they do control it. You're not going to be able to contest that. One shot secures the second turtle of the game.
You could definitely feel the nerf on Lapu Lapu, dude. If it was the old Lapu, Cram would have had the ult back up. They maybe would have been able to contest. But again, it was on cooldown for a lot longer, and he's going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, hence why Sakai just decided, I'm not even going to go near the turtle. We're not going to have our ultimate on the Lapu back in time. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my jungling pattern. Team Spirit might be moving a little bit too fast, weirdly enough, for SRG with how fast their lineup goes.
Way the dragon, but it's on just on Sawo. Bomba jumps to the back line. They've already used a lot of their resources now as one shot goes for the chase with Bomba. It's now Cram who gets targeted down. The Abyssal Arrow doesn't land. The Cram stun as well.
Okay, they keep it together. Sawo going down there. You know, this is what we were talking about. That might be the struggle with the Khalid. Taken again, once, look at the items here, DHS only. Both 1 items here locked in for both gold laners, but that will be a turret that goes down. So you see that 1,000 gold now in the hands of Innocent against Hiko. This is why I was saying, part of that game plan of Team Spirit, they've got to allow Hiko to come online and be able to plan to that. Now, the problem with that is if Hiko's putting himself in a position where he's getting further behind, that gets even more increasingly difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and I think Hiko has been the one that suffered with this playstyle that Team Spirit brought with wanting to control a lot of the objectives and the center of the map, is that they really couldn't help their carry as much as they wanted to. It's a 1,000 gold deficit for Hiko, and for Team Spirit, you know, I'm really starting to see the value of this Uranus. I think I'm going to reel back a little bit on my, no, I wouldn't say hate on the hero, but my slight dislike.
I guess it's just, you know, again, it's one of those heroes that if you want to play the XP lane in a specific way, there's not many heroes that do it better than Uranus in terms of, like, being able to stand against multiple. There's a kick.
Yep, it's onto Sawo again. This time it's Yums who picks up the kill with the Weighted Dragon. One shot, able to go for the Mana Shock and Purify out from Innocent. The Abyssal Arrow goes wide. Sunset, really good dodge.
I was also just thinking, oh wait, I think there might be more action, but SRG thinking it's slow.
Yeah, they're gonna go on Bomba here. The Abyssal Arrow earlier as well. Cram gonna be looking for the play now. Has to stun! Oh! That's gonna be Sunset level with Flicker out now as that's Innocent jumping in with the BMI. Cram now caught. It's Hiko able to dash away.
Well, right now, too, just controlling this side of the jungle. Kid Bulma trying to help out.
Look at the arrow from the side now. Hiko gonna be trapped. Raging Sandstorm Bananas. Hiko will fall to the trap as Cram comes in as well. That's another arrow from Stormy. Sunset lever forced back, and now it's Bomba trying to go for some kills. Stormy very, very low. Bomba just needs a few more hits. It's Stormy! Juking away, but can he survive? Sawo with the flicker in, able to get the kill on Stormy. Now it's Yums on the Cho. GQ gets him out of there. Crab, Bravest Fighter, takes away the gold crab and backs off.
Oh, and there's more happening up top, too. Sky's popping the beats. They're going to force him out of the jungle. He should be able to get away just fine unless Sawo wants to do something about it. Doesn't have the Raging Sandstorm, so even with the Feathered Airstrike, no follow-up through there. But you're seeing what's happening. Even under the supposedly protection of the turrets, they have to keep their head on a swivel, man. There's arrows flying around. There's electrifying beats everywhere. Yums is trying to kick and a blaze into it. And then even Cram, man. 3-0-3 right now on this Lapu Lapu. He's been able to find the stuns where he needs to and is just providing a lot of that durability up in the front line.
Dude, Innocent is so far ahead.
Yeah. He got to the Trinity way faster compared to Hiko, a level ahead of him. Hiko's still barely able to scratch for the last item. I think the DHS is the only thing that he's lacking right now in his build. Already up to the Golden Staff and the Corrosion.
Yep.
I think we're going to start seeing Team Spirit form themselves like this a little bit more. If Sawo's going to be there, they're going to make sure that Sunset are not the way.
What? Goes in solo kill up top. Yums way out the dragon. The Raging Sandstorm comes in, and again it's Innocent with a double. Make it 3 as he picks up a kill on Sawo.
A triple kill for the Beast again. Oh,
there's more.
Both Innocent and Cram styling on the map for members of Spirit down, and it is a red map.
Redmar, you mentioned the side lanes of SRG. Well, there you go.
That's their highlight. We also brought up the fact that Hiko, after M6, seemed to have dipped down under the radar, a little bit more low-key, and his performance has been here and there. Innocent, he's not just the beast. What was it? Half man, half beast.
Half man, half beast. Oh,
Play the Dragon, baiting out the Raging Sandstorm. That's Valley. The Consecration also baited out. Sunset Lover trying to deal damage. Cram again, jumps in with Brave Spider. One shot, taken down by the music of Skies. Hiko falls as well to Innocent and Cram. 0-4-0. No Hiko Mania in M7.
Oh, completely shut down in this game. An arrow
Lands on Sawo. Jikudo! Everything in the kitchen sink thrown at Sawo! He survives with a sliver of health as Bomba tries to hold the lines.
Yikes, it's completely slipped out of the hands of Team Spirit and SRG, continuing their streak of domination from yesterday. 6,000 gold lead and counting. They have been clean, they have been on point, they've been layering their crowd control and initiations perfectly as a team. And Team Spirit, who have been roaming around the map, who have forgotten their gold laner, are getting punished for their overextensions and rotations.
Okay, what can Team Spirit do to stay in this game? The problem, once again, and that's been the whole case, is from every angle, every opening, whether it's in front of them or behind them, Yum's gonna jump in.
Way the Dragon finding him again! And Sunset falling Innocent with a blazing duet tears through them. Sawo in the mid lane just trying to survive, but Skies walks up and Eco will get slain by Cram. He falls as well. It's a big shutdown, at least for one shot. But take a look at the base turrets. One down in the mid lane, a second one up top, and now the last one in the bottom lane getting worked on by Innocent. Bomba and one shot. Can they defend? The arrow doesn't land. Good trace this out. Skies building up the stacks now to look for the X-Fine beats. Innocent going through, and Abyssal arrow doesn't land again. They clear out the waves, but they lose 3 base turrets.
Base turrets down, a base exposed. Team Spirit looking for any spirit they can find in this game against SRG. Complete dominance in the past minutes here. You know, we're only 12 and a half minutes in. That's the crazy thing. I was thinking this would go with the 20-minute mark, but man, look at the difference here across the lanes, and yes, especially the gold lane, man. Innocent 3.5k ahead of Hiko. That is about as shutdown as you get.
Okay, Way the Dragon. Oh, Innocent! Tearing through the back line of Spirit, and now it's just Sawo and Bomba that have to take it, that are forced to take it. Bomba, the Uranus is tanky, but against 4 members, there ain't no way you survive, and now it's just one shot.
One shot, all left alone against the full force of the Giants.
Ring the bell, ring the bell.
It's GG throwing the towel. Team Spirit cannot handle Selangor Red Giants.